Hello everyone, my name is Flavius and today we're going to be talking about the new and upcoming Mortal Judgment set on Gods Unchained. And as promised, I'm going to give my first look / impressions of all the cards that have been released just last Friday, so just 2 days ago. Unfortunately, despite many people asking me during the Twitch stream, I couldn't look at any proper cards because I really wanted to focus on a weekend rank, which, spoiler alert, it went quite well. But here I am, and let's dive into the Mortal Judgment. Now, it feels like not so recently we had the core set refresh, which changed the meta so much, and now with a new expansion coming less than a year after the previous one, which was released in September, Divine Order, last year, a lot is about to change. Anyway, as in a blog post, which I'm gonna link below. Also, make sure if you're coming for YouTube, you check the description link for the article, where I'm going to be adding all the sources and also any details and description to this video's explanation. Anyway, let's jump to the first god, as in the official blog post, Deception. Now, again, this is a first look. So I don't expect this video to age very well, because I'm sure all the people are going to find many interesting ways to play these cards. But unlike my previous videos, I've decided to do something a bit different and also a bit risky, if I care about any reputation I might have. So let's try and rank these cards by god. So we're going to do 7 separate rankings, so one for each god, and also the neutral cards, so all separate. This is going to be a part 1 of 2 or 3 part video. So anyway, let's start with Deception, and also just to if you're new here, this set is introducing 3 new mechanics. Again, make sure to check the article in the description below, where I'm going to link all the relevant sources for you to know exactly what's going on with this expansion. Okay, let's crack on. First card, Deception. Sneak a Peek, common card, 1 mana. Look at the creatures in your opponent's hand. Give -2 strength to one of them. Okay, I don't want to rate trash or broken very easily, because those I really want to make sure what I'm gonna say it's broken or really bad. But I don't see this card being super strong. Obviously, the advantage, you get to see the cards in your opponent's hand, but it says look at the creature, so also the system might only give you the creature instead of the whole hand for you to see. So if that's the case, I'm gonna leave it on below average. Next card, Aspect Juggler. Summon a random 1 mana creature from another domain. Now, I think this card has the potential to be quite strong. I mean, it's a 1 mana, 1/1, which will summon another creature. Now, on top of my head, I'm not sure what they mean with domain. I think it has to do with guild. So it will be, I guess, random. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's random, 1 mana from any other domain. So it could have a really good thing. A bad thing, I don't think there's a lot of bad 1 mana cards. Whatever you're gonna get, it's only gonna cost you 1 mana. So I think this card, I'm gonna leave it on average. I think this card has potential. Next card, Blade Borrower, another common, 2 mana, 2/1. Echo. So if you're not sure what Echo does, it summons a copy of the same card, but will cost 1 mana 1/1 stats always, soulless, so it doesn't go to the void, I believe, and it should have the same effect. So Echo, Roar, give -2 strength to an enemy creature. So you potentially on turn 3 you can play this and reduce the attack of 2 separate creatures, a total -4. So average. Also a disclaimer, Deception is not really it's one of my least favorite gods as of now and has been for a while, so don't expect me to expect me to potentially miss some interaction with any of the existing cards, because that's the tricky thing. Next one, another Echo, 1 mana 1/1, steal 1 strength from the strongest enemy creature. Okay, so quite similar to the 2 mana we just saw, and you get another copy, so you can potentially steal. So you can potentially have 2 1/1s with 2 strengths, 1 health. Average. Let's just say average. Next one. 3 mana, bound by her will. Take control of enemy creature with 1 strength or less. Okay, unlike the current 2 mana card, which name I don't recall, or set or anything like that, but I'm sure you'll know, where you can steal a 2 mana 2 attack or less creature, give it God Blitz, but then it returns to your opponent at the end of the turn, if it's still alive. This one you actually steal it, and you keep it. Now, what would you take that it's worth 3 mana? I don't know, but I like the fact that you actually take control, and this is a permanent thing. But 1 strength, I mean, I can see the interaction with the card we just saw. But is it going to be a good card? I just don't see it. So I'm gonna put below average. Next one. Goblin Rally Boss. 3 mana, 3/2, Tempt Fate. So another mechanic. This mechanic you get to choose between 2 buffs. One is guaranteed, which I don't think you know. I'm not sure if it's a random buff or the buffs are always the same for whatever cards. Not all of them. Or you can risk getting 2 buffs, but if it goes wrong, you get nothing. So when this creature attacks randomly summon a 1 mana creature from another domain. Interesting. I'm not sure what you'll get from Tempt Fate, but this could be a 3/2, 3/2 ward, blitz. You could give hidden to it. Could summon 2 random 1 mana creatures. Average. Interesting. Shakedown. 2 mana spell. Draw a card. If you control a creature with the most strength, draw another card. Okay, so if you have the creature with the most strength on a board, you get to draw another card for 2 mana. Now, if you or your opponent have the same strength on a board, so let's say your opponent has a 3 attack and you also have a 3 attack, because you don't have the most, you don't get to draw the second card. 2 mana, draw 2 cards, very conditional. If you're controlling, you probably don't have the highest attack. You might do, so this card could be helpful on a more aggressive hidden rush deception. But because I'm not sure about this, I'm gonna give it below average. Appeal to Mercy. Another spell, 2 mana. Summon 2 random 1 mana war creatures. Give +1 strength to them. Ooh, what? This is Deception. This is Deception God with a spell to actually mess with war, or take it. It's I think it's the first card I see of the kind. You're actually stating which god you're going to be summoning from. 2 mana, 2 random 1 mana war creatures, give +1 strength to them. I mean, you have some strong 1 mana creatures. Average. Next one. Give plus strength to your creatures from another domain. Neutral creatures have no domain. Oh, so domain, I think it means another god? Should have checked this. Anyway, this is a first look reaction, so didn't know what I had to prepare. Anyway, this is a 5 mana 4/4 roar. Give plus strength to your creatures from another domain. Unless this mechanic of summoning from another domain can actually be something very strong on Deception, I don't see this card being played. So I'm going to give it below average. On the odd exception that playing other domain cards in a Deception deck can be very strong, then there is space for this card as a finisher. Next one. Give -1 strength to each enemy creature. A 3 mana 3/2. Okay. Interesting. You know, I find it interesting that you get to see this giving minus strength to Deception when this was originally seen and still is seen on Light. So, interesting. Maybe Light's going to get some hidden creatures. 3 mana 3/2, give -1 strength to each enemy creature. Average. Some potential, but okay, I think this is our first rare card. 2 mana 2/1, Tempt Fate, randomly summon a 1 mana creature from another domain. Again, don't really know what summon you're gonna get. 2 mana 2/1, potentially summoning something good 1 mana wise. I'm gonna give it average. Okay, 2 mana 1/2, Echo. This creature steals 1 strength from the strongest enemy creature. It feels very similar to this one here, but this one is worse. I could be wrong, but let me see if I can go back to it. Give -2 strength to an enemy creature. To 2 mana 2/1, and you get a copy of it. So, and this one is this. Oh, this one steals. Okay, it's not give, it's steal. 2 mana 2/2. Honestly, I'm going to give it below average. Don't see it. 2 mana 2/2. Give -1, +1/+1 to the weakest creature. Echo, the same thing. So if you are the only creature, this could be a 3 mana 3/3. If not, you could be giving to the opponent. So, well, I think that's the first trash card. If this was a 3/3/3, then okay, boy, this could be a 3/4/4 if you play it alone, but this means you could be buffing your opponent with this card in your hand. You could be buffing it. So if your opponent has like a Badger, 1 mana 1/2, you're just buffing it by summoning this. And this card is weak. So, trash. Okay, spell. Corrupting Influence. Randomly summon 2 1 mana creatures from another domain, then Tempt Fate and apply the buff to both of those creatures. Okay. That feels quite strong. he could potentially summon some powerful 2/1/1s with buffs. I'm gonna give it... I'm gonna give it above average, because this card could be quite aggressive. Quite aggressive. It really depends what Tempt Fate can give you. So can it give +1/+1? Can it give ward? Can it give protected? I know it can give ward. Because again, if you look at the article, I'm going to link the sources that explain, the official source that explain the 3 new mechanics. And on Tempt Fate, you get to see ward, or ward plus blitz, a twin strike, twice. And then you get to see +1/+1, or summon a 1/1 creature. I don't know what more Tempt Fate can give the creatures. So I see some potential, above average. Next one. Arms Dealer, a 4/4/4, okay, good stats. Echo, hidden for 1 turn. At the start of your turn, expend 1 mana. If you do, give your creatures +1 strength till the end of your turn. So is this an option? Because it says if you do, so you can actually choose to spend 1 mana to buff all the creatures you have until your turn. And then you have Echo. Interesting. I think this card is potentially strong. But especially the Echo copy. But this is more of a finisher. So I'm going to give it average. I see some potential. Okay, another 4/4 Lady of Whispers. Roar, give +1/+1 to this creature for each of your other creatures from another domain. Again, very specific to if Deception can actually can have a deck that plays mainly around creatures with other domains, which I'm not sure if Deception currently has cards that do have this mechanic, so to speak. I'm gonna give it honestly, I feel like giving it below average because you get no other stats. So you actually need to have at least 2 of different domain to then summon this. But if you're lucky, if you're able to abuse this card here, which I think it's from another domain, correct? The spell here from another domain, then on turn 4 you could potentially have a 4/6/6. So average. Next one. Okay, 4 mana, 3/1. Ooh, quite weak stats. Ludian Thespian. Echo, Tempt Fate. Okay, so you get a 1/1 copy. You get the potential 2 buffs, or just a secure buff. Give plus strength to another of your creatures. That seems like a strange way of writing. Give plus strength to another of your creatures. I don't think if I've ever seen a card written like that. Tempt Fate, so you can get buffed. Echo. I'm gonna give it a below average. I don't see it. I mean, it could be a 4/3/1 with ward. But it's quite expensive to just give +3 to another creature. And then again, you get a 1 mana 1/1 copy of the same effect. I mean, potential turn 5, you could have a give +6. But is it worth the cost? Is it worth the waiting? I don't see it. Next. Nice design. 5 mana spell. Armory Heist. Give +2 strength to each of your creatures. Give -2 strength to each enemy creature. This reminds me of the Divine Order Death cards. 7 mana. At the end of your turn, you give +2 to your nether creatures and -2 to all enemy creatures or something like that. 5 mana. This definitely goes around wards. It's very similar to the snake poison. You know, the give -3 to all creatures. Interesting. 5 mana for that. Average. Okay, next one. We're almost there. Almost finished. Team up. 3 mana spell. Give twin strike at the end of this turn. Gain hidden to each friendly creature. Each. Ooh. Give twin strike. And we have a spell that does this, so all of those creatures are going to be quite annoying. But twin strike. I'm going to give it below average. I don't see Deception have space for this card. Unless Deception now is going to be trying to control board. I mean, Hidden it's to actually hide the creature, so then you can go face. Twin Strike. I don't see it. Okay. Epic card. 20-sided Mace. 3 mana. 2/2. Oh, this is a relic. When you summon a creature, give another domain. From another domain, give it +1/+1. Average. I could see playing well with other cards that summons creature from another domain. But 3 mana 2/2. Okay, fair enough. 3 mana spell, like the Pact. Add 3 random 1 mana war creatures to your hands. I mean, this is one of those cards you're probably never going to see playing. Are you really going to be... Is this another domain just Deception, really annoying war? Because we know how Deception can be very annoying because they steal and copy and generate everything, which is quite unique from any other god. I'm going to give it below average. If not trash, I'm going to give it below average. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, one more epic. 5 mana, 5/5, good stats. Heroic Brawler. At the end of your turn, if this creature has the most strength, give +1/+1 to your weakest creature. At least it's your weakest creature. It's not random. Like the card we just put on trash, because this card is random, which means it can actually help your opponent. 5 mana, 5/5, potentially buffing a creature. I'm going to give it below average because it doesn't have Eden or Ward or anything like that. So I don't see it. It's not a bad card, but it doesn't fit with what Deception is trying to do in this set. Okay, let's go to the legendaries next. 3 mana, 1/4. Solid health stats for the cost. Alika, Scarlet Thief. Echo, at the end of your turn, this creature steals 1 strength from the strongest creature and gives it to the weakest creature, which could be this one. But the weakest doesn't mean... The weakest is strength, and then if there's a tie on strength, then it goes to health. Okay, so this could potentially... this could get buffed, but it could steal from your board, so... Honestly, I dare to say that this is trash. Echo, so you can summon a 1, some effect. There's no hidden. At 3 mana, you could potentially be messing with your opponent. So this could be a 3/2/4. At 4 mana, you could play this. This will still be a 1/4, and then your 1/1 will be a 3/3 if it steals twice from your opponent. I'm gonna give it below average. Feels bad, legendary, but I don't see the stats here. I don't see the being that good. Okay, next legendary. Pietro, Merry Bandit, 4 mana 1/1. Oh boy. Must the effect be very good. Or randomly summon 2 1-mana creatures from another domain, then give Eden to each friendly creature. Okay, so it's a 4 mana 1/1. You summon, so you'll be 3 creatures in total just with this card, and they get hidden. Okay, I see. Average. I'll say average. It's potential, but okay. Last legendary, 5 mana Galatea and Wielding Friends. 5 mana 3/7. Oh boy, 7 health. It's quite good. I think 7 health. It's usually you don't get to see many 7 health on 5 mana cost. I don't think. Roar, add a random 1 mana war creature to your hand. When you play a creature from another domain, give it +1/+1. Okay, I'm gonna give it average. Unfortunately, no legendary here. I could see it being above average. Okay, we have 3 left. Glade Runner, 3 for 3 flank. Trash. Nothing special. Okay, 4 mana for 4. Wandering Warrior, Roar. If you have no other friendly creature, give plus strength to this creature. 4 mana 6/4. Below average. And last, 1 mana 2/1. Summon a 1/1 Rogue Skulker. If it attacks the weakest enemy creature. Oh. Very similar to the 3 mana spell where you summon 3 1/1 Rogue Skulkers and they attack that. 1 mana 2/1. I'm gonna say average, because if your opponent doesn't have anything, it will be a 1 mana 2/1 and a 1/1. So average. Okay, so that was it for Deception. Let me just scroll this so you guys can see once again. So we got 2 trash, quite a lot of below average, mainly average, and then 1 above average. So my favorite card, could see of this set that has incredible potential, it's Corrupting Influence. Nice. Well, I hope you liked my first look into Deception. Now, let's go to the next god. Okay, so the next god is going to be Death. Let me just open the cards here. Yeah. Nearly each god, even the neutral cards, they have an average of 28, 29 cards, so it's quite spread out. Okay. Let's try and fit this here. Nice. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Death straight away. One of my favorite cards, so hopefully I will know a bit more of the potential of some of these cards when it comes to interaction with the existing cards. So 1 mana, 2/1, frontline, steal 1 health from your opponent's god. Afterlife. Again with the steal health. We saw that briefly, if not still currently. Actually, there is a card that was introduced on Divine Order that does that, but it's not meant to allow you to go above 30 health. So I think they corrected that. So steal here is it feels like leech, indirect leech, so you don't have to attack. So they call it steal in this instance. 1 mana, 2/1, frontline, Nubian, steal 1 health from your opponent's god. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it average because of the front line. you don't really get to see death cards at 1 mana with frontline, so gonna give it the benefit here. Okay, next one. Pharaoh's Heirloom, 1 mana spell, summon a 2/1 ranged vanguard, empower 2. There we go, the mechanic where you can spend 2 extra mana to also summon a 2/2 Vile River. Now, I'm not sure what the ranged vanguard is, if it already exists, or we eventually going to come across that, or a Vile River is, but for 1 mana or 3 mana, you can summon a total of 4 mana, 4 attack, 3 health amongst 2 creatures. Actually, the Wretched Vanguard is just the card we saw. It's this one. Okay. This card kind of becomes better than the actual creature because you get to pick. So I think we're gonna see a Vile River soon. Yes, we will. It's right here. I can read it. It's a Vile River, Blitz, burn 1. It's a 1 mana 2/2 Blitz. Ah. Okay. Wow. It's like you're summoning an Axewoman plus this. You know what? Above average. I like this card. I mean, you summon a 2/1 with frontline after life effect that steals 1 health from your opponent's god, and you also, I mean, for 2 more mana, not 1 mana like the Axewoman, you get to summon a Vile Reaver. Is it really fair to say it's? I mean, could be a 3 mana, somewhat of a mid-range control situation. Yeah, if this was in power 1, it would be very powerful. That being said, I don't think it's worth paying 2 extra mana to summon a Vile Reaver. Only if you really need. So, actually, apologies. Let me put this average. Okay, let's not get too carried out. Next one. Vengeful Sorpite. Probably saying that wrong. 2 mana, 3/2. Good stats. Empower 1. So for 3 mana cost, destroy an enemy 2 mana creature. Wow. Wow. You can choose to pay a bit more to destroy a 2 mana creature. Not health, not attack, 2 mana. You get a lot of that. So, and a good stats. This is a tech card, so I mean, I'm thinking about nature. You get the Jaguars. Obviously, Ward will protect those cards from being destroyed, but alone it's a 2 mana 3/2. Otherwise, it could be a 3 mana destroy enemy 2 mana creature. I'm gonna give it above average. I have a feeling this card could be interesting. It has above potential. Next one, Curse of Greed. Destroy an enemy creature with cost 3 or less for 2 mana. Okay. Empower 1. Add a Pharaoh's Heirloom to your hands. Oh, that's this one. So you can choose to pay an extra mana to get a 1 mana card. And it's destroy enemy creature with cost 3 or less for 2 mana. This is like a Blight Bomb, but better in the sense that it's not health, it's costs. Damn, I see that getting some help against aggressive decks. Oh boy. Tough here. This is just a spell, so it's not the same as a creature that can do a bit extra. I think that could still struggle to find space for this card, but I'm definitely gonna give it average. At least average. Next one. 3 mana 3/3, Dark Sun Celebrant. After you summon a 1 mana creature, give it +1 health for 1 extra mana, empowered 1, add a Pharaoh's Heirloom to your hand. Again, the same spell. And death, keep for extra mana, you keep getting those cards in your hand, which can really help with Siren of the Grave. Just saying, give you extra cards for you to then sacrifice with Siren. Okay. After you summon, I think the idea is for you to play again the Pharaoh's Heirloom, and you actually get a 2/2. I don't know. It's average or below average. I'm gonna give it average. There's quite a lot of 1 mana creatures. Thinking about the zombies as well, so this could be used with a relic, the relic that we got on Divine Order about summoning a zombie. So, or even the Cursed Obelisk. So I'm gonna give a conservative average. Okay, 4 mana 3/4, roar, summon a random 1 mana Nubian from your void, empower 1, discard again. 4 mana 3/4 to summon a random 1 mana Nubian from your void. This is a Nubian. I think there's going to be another 1 mana Nubian here, which is quite powerful. We could potentially make this a 4/4/5. Average. I'm going to give it average. 4 mana spell, reclaim, draw 2 cards, empower 1, add a Pharaoh's Heirloom to your hand again. 4 mana to draw 2 cards. With everything that Death already has. Unless you want to do a Pharaoh's Heirloom combo. If that's the idea here. I'm going to give it below average. Unless I see something else that makes me change my mind. 6 mana spell, on her command, destroy an enemy creature, give +2 strength to each of your Anubias with cost 1. Okay, so this is like a reap, but instead of healing 4, you actually and you have to target enemy creature. It can't just be any creature. Reap does allow you to target any creature. You might want to do it on your Sign of the Grave. Seen it before. Give +2 strength to each of your Anubians with cost 1. I don't know. I think if you are able to summon so many cost 1, you probably have better spells to destroy. Like the Mutual Destruction, I think that's the name. I'm gonna give it below average. I could be wrong here. Okay, 6 mana Bifurcating Curse. Pick 1. Destroy each creature with an even cost, or even mana cost, or destroy each creature with an odd mana cost. Oh boy, this is very specific. It feels like a Shaped Blast, but more expensive and more risky. I'm gonna give it below average. I think you'd rather wait for an APOC. Or actually pay 8 health to just destroy everything. If it was just the opponent creatures. Next creature. Next card. Big Bony Bastard. I like the name. Big Bony Bastard. BBB. 5 mana 5/5. Tempt Fate, so you can get really buffed. And the same type of Empower 1. Nubian. Again, my score here, it's slightly based on how powerful I think the card is, and actually, if we're actually going to see it being played. And 5/5/5, I'm going to give it average, but it could easily be below average. Oh, there's a Val River again. This is the new Axewoman for death. Except you get the burn -1. But with all the summoning 1 mana Anubian, I see some potential to keep removing the board. So I'm gonna give it above average. I think this creature has potential. I think this creature has potential to be abused. Could be wrong. Okay, next one. 2 mana, Hand of the Abyss, 1/2, Roar, pull a random 1 mana Anubi from your void. Empower 1, same thing. So again, this above average, it's more on the creature stats, on the actual creature than no, sorry, it's actually a bit based on actually all the cards that interact with this, not the creature alone, but the creature alone is interesting. 2 mana, 1/2, pull a random 1 mana creature. I'm gonna give it average. I'm starting to be a bit indecisive because it's quite a lot going on here. Heirloom Retriever, 4 mana, 3/2, deadly, tempt fate. Afterlife, add a Pharaoh's Heirloom to your hands. Okay, I'm gonna give it average. 3 mana, 3/2, tempt fate, target the creature, roar, target the creature, give it -1 health if it's an enemy, otherwise give it +1 strength. Okay, so he could get buffed. And he could help you to use your god power to destroy a 1 mana creature or less, 1 health creature or less. I mean, it's no less, it's 1 health creature, because less is dead. So this could potentially bring a 2 mana, a 2 health to a 1 health. It's like an archer on top. I'm gonna give it average. In the case of uncertainty, just stay in the middle. 2 mana spell, reach into the black, summon 3 random 1 mana Nubians from your void. Wow. Empower 1. Okay. Again, that interaction. Therefore, I'm going to give it average. I'm not sure. But I see some potential there. We have to see how many more Anubians that cost 1 mana could be played, because so far we have been introduced with 2 creatures that are abused from the Pharaoh's Heirloom. Bone Roller, very interesting card design. Roar, tempt fate, and apply the result to each of your creatures. Oh, we saw this on official explanation of tempt fate. You could potentially use this to buff your zombies. I gotta give it the. I think I have to give it the above average. Stats are not that amazing, but it's a 4 mana 3/3 that can buff your entire board with, let's say, Ward and Twin Strike. And if you're playing zombies, oh boy, I see big potential with this card. Next, 3 mana Hope Lost. Oh, this reminds me of Attack on Titan. Give -1/-1 to each creatures in your opponent's hand. If this would set its health to 0 or less, obliterate that card, because it will be useless. I don't think this is very good. There is no god like War. There is no god that's going to have. If your opponent is playing something aggressive, which is, I think this is what this card is meant to tackle, those cards will most likely be on a board, not on a hand, on a board. So very slow. I dare to say, but I think this card is trash. It's too slow. If this was a 2 mana, okay, starting first could be quite devastating for your opponent, but on 3 health, 3 mana, if your opponent's playing aggro, this is not going to help. This is not going to help. I don't see it. Your opponent will have near nothing, pretty much nothing on their board, on their hand. If they will have something, it will probably be a relic, or you'll have to be very lucky to be able to play this effectively. So, trash. Trash. Well, we have a trash card. No broken card yet. Deadly King's Touch, 4 mana. Destroy a creature with 6 health or less. Same type of Empower. 6 health or less. Okay. 4 mana. What we have 4 mana does something like that. I don't think we have anything. But I'm gonna give it below average. Don't see it. Okay, a relic, 3 mana, 0/1. Oh boy, is this gonna be another another summon zombies? If there's at least 4 1 mana Anubias in your void, at the end of your turn, randomly summon one of them. This is like a Kopesh, but better. And it's at the end of your turn, so you're definitely gonna use it. As long as you have at least 4, which you can very easily. I'm going to give it above average. This card feels very close to actually be a broken card, because for 3 mana you immediately get that. End of your turn, you could be summoning a front line again. Very powerful card. Very powerful relic. Oh boy. 5 mana over the line. Each creatures gain -1/-1. Your creatures perform an extra attack on your opponent's god. But the creatures could be incredibly hurt here. Your creatures perform an extra attack on your opponent's god. I mean, if you... by turn 5, you're not going to have your board that buffed to justify this. I'm going to give it below average. It's a shame, because it's the first epic. I could be wrong here, but I don't see this kind of counters. It kind of affects you, so... Lucky Devil, 5 mana, 2/4, backline, Tempt Fate. Once per turn, destroy an enemy creature after it attacks. Okay, so the Tempt Fate could get this backline with actually some stats, like Ward. But... 5 mana? Only after the enemy creature attacks? Below average. Don't see it. Too slow. Land of the Dead. Select up to 6 1 mana Anubians from your void and summon them to the board. Okay. This reminds me of a zombie card that the Divine Order Death card that does something similar, but this feels more powerful. 5 mana. Spamming our board again. I'm gonna give it above average. I see a very good interaction with the spell, because the relic doesn't give it. If the relic would give your 1 mana Nubians Soulless, then that could be a counter, and your void will start getting diminished, and then it would be even hard to play that card turn 5. But with so many 1 mana creatures, I see zombie. I see. We're not finished yet, but I can see Zoo Death being a thing in this upcoming expansion. Alright, legendary time. Seamut, Bearer of Burdens. When this creature enters the board, give +1 strength to your other creatures. Yeah. Now I understand why someone bought 5 of the worst legendary we have in Divine Order. But I think that legendary is coming full swing in this new expansion. We're talking about Triage Necromancer. So it's a Divine Order legendary, 5 mana, 5/5, that at the end of your turn you summon a random 1 mana creature. So yeah, I can see that even that card having some use on this new theme on Death, to try and just play around one mana cards. And this is a powerful one. I'm gonna give it above average. 4 mana, 4/4, Asenath, End of the Pharaohs. Nice design again. Backline, ability, summon a 1 mana Nubia from your void and give it deadly. Okay, but besides backline, it comes down with nothing besides good stats. You can never attack with it, its ability, so you have to wait until next turn. But because of the 1 mana thing, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and put it on average. Okay, 7 mana, 7/7. Amazing graphics here, amazing design here. Wow, really like this blue, red. It's very nice. Decorum of Pharaoh's Past. 7 mana, 7/7. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Repeat this for each Pharaoh's heirloom in your void and hand. What the? Are you kidding me? This is definitely gonna. I see a zoo death and also see a board wipe death type of death deck here. Because there's so many cards that you get Pharaoh's heirlooms, so you can keep frontline. Eventually, all of those spells are going to be on a void, and by turn 7, you can potentially deal, let's say, 10 damage, potentially a bit more. I'm going to give it above average. I could be wrong here, but there's so many cards. I think you're going to see some interesting games when someone was able to push 20 damage out of this card. 10 spells, 20 damage. You will clear. You will, unlike the 7 and 8 mana cards that's death high, which destroys everything. This will just destroy their creatures. And then it's a 7/7. It's a bit like End Times, where you destroy your opponent's boards and you get a creature on your side. This is what's happening here. Also reminds me of Kassoon from Hearthstone. Above average. Above average. I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, last 4 cards. Chiroptic Hemovore. Jesus. 3 mana, 4/1. Roar, deal 2 damage to your opponent's god and heal your god for 2 health. Okay. That's alright. If you want to heal, it's an option. I'm gonna give it average. It's not bad. Oh boy, 8 mana, 14/11. Frontline, can't attack. At the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to each god. I mean, it's a very scary card. It needs to be at the start of your turn. We're probably not going to see this being played. Atlantean, maybe Mage is going to be able to pull this card. For a second I thought this card shouldn't be here, but it is. Pact Fiends, deal 2 damage to your god, 2 mana, 6/1. Oh boy. Talking about putting pressure to your opponent. I'm going to give it average. I'm sure someone is going to try and make this work. If your opponent cannot deal with this, it's just a 6 attack creature on the board on your first turn. Okay, last one. Atlantean, again. 6 mana, 7/8, regen. Okay. You don't really see this outside of nature, I don't think. Deal 5 damage to this creature. Okay, that's the catch. So it'll be a 6 mana, 7/3, 4, 6/7/4. Trash. Okay, so for that we got 7 above average cards, in my opinion. I am quite surprised with what this is bringing, what death is bringing. I mean, what Mortal Judgment is bringing to death. Pleasantly surprised. So yeah, again, we got a lot about above average, just a few below average, and just 2 trash. No broken off yet. Okay, on to the next one. The next one will be Lights. Everyone's favorite, and I do. Light has been my most favorite god, but I'm not very happy with the current light, with the meta light that currently is going on. Light is quite powerful right now. So let's see what light we'll get now. Okay. So we are on our third god. We've just talked about deception, death, and now light. First creature, humble benefactor, 1 mana, 2/1. Echo, give +1 health to a friendly creature. Okay. I'm gonna give it average. 3 mana, 1/1. Echo, give +1/+1 to a friendly creature. Oh boy. And then you're gonna get a copy that's like a shield bearer. It's a 3 mana, 1/1. I'm gonna give it below average. I don't see light having space for such a card. Yeah. Next one. Theric Militant, 1 mana, 1/1. Creatures damaged by this creature get -1 strength. I mean, you can get -1 strength to one creature unless you are able to buff this creature big time, and even then I'm gonna give it below average. I need to bear in mind that light is quite powerful right now. So unless I see something good, I'm gonna hesitate to even consider to be a decent card. Engage Healer, 2 mana, 2/2. At the end, Echo. At the end of each turn, random healer damage friendly creature for 1. Now we've had creatures like this, and they don't see much play. The creatures you see playing and spells have to do with giving health, not heal at the end of the turn. Damage creatures, so below average. So light already has creatures like this, and they don't see play. Unless control light or healing light becomes a thing, I don't see it. But obviously this has amazing interaction with CERN, and the other 2 mana rare card, I believe from Genesis. When a creature gets healed, you get to draw a card, so let's just stay below average for now. Again, if this was a 2 mana 2/3, then okay, solid on its own, but or a ward or something like that. 5 mana, 5/4. Theric Inquisitor. Roar, give -2 strength to an enemy creature. Empower, give -2/-2 instead. 5 mana, 5/4, give -2 strength to an enemy creature. I don't see... Light has a lot of ways to deal with strong creatures. Below average. Okay, we have a solid stats, 2 mana, 2/3. Empower 1, you can summon a 1/1 Theric Militant, which we've just seen. It's that creature there. I'm gonna give it average just because. Okay, stats. For 3 mana, you can summon a copy. You can summon a... I'm gonna give it average just because of the stats. That's pretty much it. Giving it the benefit of the doubt. 2 mana, 2/2. Spend an extra 1 more mana. Give +1/+2 strength to a friendly creature. Okay. Gonna give it average. So we have a relic. Give -2 strength to creatures damaged by this relic. But means you have to attack, and as you've seen, there is no light relic that ever has blitz, unlike war, which usually puts the light relics at a disadvantage. But you could do 4 times, and if you can heal, that's fine. You can be giving less strength. I'm gonna give it average. Some potential, some. 4 mana, 4/4, Proud Protector, Echo again, Roar. This creature swaps strength with another creature. I mean, it's a way to buff one of your creatures. I mean, you could buff your Pacifist, you know, the 1 mana 1/1 that gains +1 health every time you summon a creature. You could potentially be giving it +4 on turn 4. And then you get a copy of it that you can then use against your opponent. Average. I'm not feeling light right now. Light's Altruist, 5 mana 2/2. Echo. Summon a 2/2 Acolyte. Oh, I see. And then you get a 1 mana copy that does the same thing. Feels quite slow. Quite slow for 5 mana. Quite expensive. I'm gonna give it below average. 1 mana 2/1. For extra 2 mana, you can transform an enemy creature with strength 2 or less into a 1/1 Etheric Militant, then gain control over it. Oh. So this is like a Light Levi. But you don't get the Acolyte, you get a 1/1 Etheric Militant. This is a tech card. It can be a creature, so I can see this Empower thing is bringing versatility to the cards. So they are not just a one-do thing. So this card is a creature on its own, or more. The more being spend 2 extra mana, do a Light Levi. It's not spend 3 extra mana to do Light Levi on its own, it's just 2 more mana. This is a good card. This is a good card. I'm gonna give it above average. This is another Light Levi, another headache for you to think about when you. This is going to be another counter for Light to get early control of the boards, which usually define games if you're playing mid-range or aggro. 2 mana 2/2 Echo protected, so you can summon a 1/1 protected creature. Like a Vicar, which is way better. I'm not feeling this card. I'm gonna give it below average. But yeah, I'm very surprised with this card here. This is a good card. This is a Light Levi, which is also a creature. So unlike Light Levi, which does exactly the same thing, you actually get a 1 mana 2/1 and a 1 mana 1/1. So instead of getting a 1 Acolyte 2/2, you get a 1 mana 2/1 and another creature 1 mana 1/1 for the same cost. Maybe I should say it's broken. Very good card. You have to pay attention to this one. Okay. 2 mana Roadside Checkpoint. Summon 2 1/1 Etheric Militants. Again, that 1 mana creature. Creatures that get damaged by it gain -1 strength, which I put as below average, but I can see the creature being abused, and if they come out of other cards, it's good. So again, if you go back to the card I said it was very good, it will bring that 1 mana creature that if you attack a creature, it will give it -1 strength. Very good card. Very good card. Anyway, 2 mana summon 2 1/1 Etheric Militants. For extra 4 mana, also give frontline and +2/+2 to each friendly creature. Okay. But 6 mana to do this. If you think about it, it's like an Asterius when it comes to the effect, plus giving frontline, but you obviously don't get Asterius on its own, which is a 4/6 frontline. I'm gonna give it average. Some potential here. If he was in power 3 instead of 4, oh boy. Give each enemy creature can't attack for 1 turn. This is like order. Why? Why is this not a give 2 order to each enemy creature? Why not? Light is well known for the order mechanic, so why this card is not give each enemy creature order 2? You pass the turn, has 1 order, they can't do anything with it, and then the difference here being you can still attack those creatures after you just play this spell. But that's it. I can see this card helping other cards like Zealous March or the other Lysander's Judgment. Sends everything back to the deck. So this could be it's a freeze. It's a bit like Siren of the Grave, but better. Because you can remove sleep, but you can't do this. I'm gonna give it... I feel like giving above average, because I can see this card being quite a staple on Control Light. Light could get more power here to be more slow, be more control focused. I'm quite indecised, but let's give it average for now. It's not as good as this card, which, in all honesty, maybe I should give it broken, but Soldier of Tartus, 5 mana 2/3, Echo, Roar, give +1/+2 to the Chosen One, again with the Chosen One. Again, Light used to have a god power that's dealt with the Chosen One. Now it's only up to the cards. Again, this is a random Chosen One. And move it 3 places higher in your deck. I'm gonna give it trash, because anything to do with the Chosen One is usually trash, so... It's a 5 mana 2/3. Oh boy. I know you get a copy of it, but... 6 mana Inescapable Duty. Oh, pull a creature from your void to your hand and give it +7/+7. And power 1, also make it a Chosen One. Okay, could summon an Axewoman. Sounds fair. This is another card that Control Light can definitely abuse. Getting anything with Ward, or you could get, Highborn Knights. So it'll be 4 mana, 11/11? No, 4 mana 10/10. Protected, frontline, wards. I'm gonna give it average because it's still a very expensive card to use, but I see Control Light getting some love here. 4 mana 4/4, Lysander's Conciliator, Echo, give -1/+1 to a creature. This is a below average card. Warrant Issuer, 5 mana 4/5, at the end of your turn summon a 1/1 Taric Militant again. 2 more mana, summon a copy of this creature. Oh, so this could be a 7 mana. Summon 2 4/5s, and at the end of your turn summon a 1/1 and another 1/1. Okay. 7 mana quite expensive, but I'm gonna give it average, but I don't... It probably should be below average. 4 mana Enlightenment, nice design. Give -strength to a creature and remove frontline from it. Okay. Unlike a Smite again, Smite gets countered by a ward. This doesn't. Just give -5. But Light already has that 6 mana creature from the core set Refresh, which sets a creature to 0. Okay. Average. Average. 1 mana 2/2. Oh, in power 5. So for 6 mana you can do what? Set the strength and health of your creatures to 5. Okay. So you're telling me that you just, you know, fill the board, eventually get to turn 6 and you play this. And everything is a 5/5. Which makes it, if you can attack with aura 5 creatures that means you can deal 25 damage. Okay. Yeah. You can potentially have 25 damage on the board. So unless your opponent is able to deal with your board, which sometimes they aren't, so just play those creatures, buff, and then you get to turn 6 and you play this. So don't care about giving them +2/+2. Don't care about the base strength. Just play this, turn 6, and you have potentially up to 25 damage on the board. This is at least above average. Not to mention that I think this card will also take the benefit, but obviously can't attack. So you'll have a total of 30 health, 30 strength on your board. But those 25 can potentially attack your opponents. Feels like a corpse explosion. Except it's less guaranteed because you actually have to attack your opponents. But very strong. Very strong. Very dangerous card. 2 mana Edict of Confidence. Give -2/-2 to creature. Empower 2. Summon a 2/1/1 militant. First epic? No, second epic. I'm gonna give it average. Thestor, Grieving General. 3 mana 2/2. Our first legendary. Echo. Give +1/+1 to this creature. After you summon a creature with strength 2 or less. Oh. And then obviously you have the Echo creature, which can take advantage of you when you're summoning, but it feels rather slow. But can you imagine you playing this and then playing the Expectant Chicken, which I love. Every time I play light, I try to use Expectant Chicken, which really helps the Pacifist, for example, because Pacifist has black backline. Then you summon a 1/1 chicken and an egg. You can't touch that backline unless you have a spell. So I can see this potentially being a 4 mana 3/4/4 with a chicken. Just doesn't have any other stats. Average? Yeah, I think on its own it's quite an average card. It has the potential, but quite average. Okay, our last legendary, only 2 followed apparently. Chaining of the Gods. Nice, interesting design. You can see all the gods there. Yeah, I was about to say, why does it look like there's more gods here? No. Nature, Deception, Light, War, Magic, and Death. Chaining of the Gods. Pick 2. The strongest creature gains -3/-2. The weakest creature gains +2/+3. Each creature gains +1/+1. Huh. Okay, so this is everything. So it's very specific to what's exactly happening on a board. So I mean, if you already have the strongest creature, I mean, you probably have the weakest creature. So you could potentially give +6/+6 to your board. I guess you have to pick that one first, and then no, actually the weakest creature +2/+3, and then +6 and +1/+1. So your board could potentially have +8, +9 with a 4. I still think it's rather weak compared to the new 5 mana gives +2/+2, but I think he only gives if you have 2 strength or less creatures on your side. So I'm gonna give it average. Okay, last. Oh yeah, there's one more legendary. It's just out of order. Oasis Guard, 2 mana, 3/2 front line. I mean, we have a better Trial of the Gods card, which name I forgot, but it's a 2 mana, 1/2. Then he gains +1/+1 at the end of your turn if your creature doesn't have more than 2 strength, which then next turn could be a 2 mana, 3/4 maximum. So below average. 1 mana, 1/1, Vesper of Concession, protected. At the end of your turn, remove 1 durability from your opponent's relic. Okay, very interesting weapon removal, which is also a creature, protected. Average. Amazing design. I love this design. 2 mana spell, Echoes in Eclipse. Each creature gains -1/-1 in Solace. Very good way to obliterate the boards. So this will be a very good counter against this new Zoo deck, Zoo Death deck. Average. Design wise, I feel like giving more because I absolutely love this design. Could be my favorite so far. Love this design. Broken for design wise, it's broken. Okay, we have a Doko, 2 mana, 2/1, Bestowing Saints. This is a reference to the I forgot the breed of the dog, but these dogs are actually, they do exist. They are in rescue missions of people trapped in ice. At the start of your turn, randomly heal a damage friendly creature for 2. Trash. Shame. Trash. If it was at the end of your turn at least, I'll be like, below average. It's trash. Sorry, dog. That dog didn't get any love. Okay, last cards. Legendary. 6 mana. Geras, Defender of Teartes. 6 mana, 5/7, front line. When you summon a creature with 2 or less strength, draw a card. Stats wise is not bad, but to draw, you don't get anything with it. Maybe a bit more health or protective. I'm gonna give below average. I'm not sure if this is the first legendary I'm giving below average, but again, no broken card. We have 2 very good above average. I maybe one of these could actually be a broken card, but I will only give broken if the card is extremely solid on its own. And this one here nearly made it. Nearly made it. This is a Lights Levi. Lights Levi sees out of play. Not every time. Lights Levi, it's not necessarily a staple, but it is one of the staples at times. So yeah, that's Lights. That's Light done. Let's go to the next God, and the last one for this video. We are already on over an hour and 20 minutes. So let's see if we can do the rest in 10 minutes, being a 90-minute video. Let's try. So next God and last God for this video, we have War. Everyone's favorite aggro deck. Just opening here. Also, War was quite good control-wise until this new expansion. With Carnage Sweep, with the core set refresh, with Carnage Sweep and Soul Survivor. Control War is not as good anymore. But you see play sometimes. Okay. 1 mana, 2/1, Tempt Fate. I see this a Viking, so this could potentially be quite a strong 1 mana creature. Average. 1 mana, 2/2. And for 2 mana, give +1/+1 to this creature. Olympian. I mean, you're never gonna play in power in this creature. Unless you just top deck this, you have nothing else to do. And it's an Olympian, I'm gonna give below average. Because Olympian War is not a thing. I have been told it used to be a thing long time ago, but not anymore. Let's see if we get more Olympians. 1 mana, 1/2. Afterlife, deal 1 damage to each creature. Each creature. Okay, so this is good for mid-range control warrior. It's like an Auric Rush, but on a creature format. I'm gonna give it average. 1 mana spell, Savage Strike. Deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. 2 more mana, also deal 1 damage to each other creature. Okay, so this is like an Auric Rush. Like an Auric Rush, you get to pick actually one of these two. But in this case is, okay, you get this, and if you want the other one as well, you have to pay 2 more mana. These cards help War massively deal with, because Carnage Sweep is not effective unless you were able to deal with your opponent's wards, which you get quite a bit on Mage and Light right now. So, average. If this was just in power 1, 2 mana, 3/1, Blitz. In power 2, gives Twin Strike and +2 health to this creature. So 4 mana, 3 Twin Strike. 4 mana, 3 Twin Strike. Oh, I don't like that. I mean, if you're really desperate for removal, so unlike the Knock V Pillager, or even the other one which has Twin Strike protected but only 1 health, this is an extra 1 mana for you to actually be able to use it straight away, but it doesn't have protected or it doesn't have Leech, so it has Blitz. I mean, if it didn't have Blitz, this will be trash. Below average. Viking, 2 mana, 1/3, gave your relic +1 strength. Strength is not that important usually, unless you're equipping, unless you're keeping the weaker relics from creatures. If this was a 1 mana, oh boy, I'm gonna give it below average. This reminds me of the 4 mana Blitz flank. 1 mana, the Fox Venture. Give Tempt Fate to a creature in your hand. In power 2, also give it +3, +2. Tempt Fate is quite risky. For 1 mana, that's all it does. Or for 3 mana, you can actually buff it as well. I'm gonna give it, I feel like I'm giving it trash. The only thing is if you are very lucky on your first turn and you give it ward plus something else. Below average. 3 mana for 3, another Olympian. In power 3, give +3, +2 to this creature. So for 6 mana, this could be a 7/5. I'm sorry, this is trash. I'm starting to get a bit surprised how bad some of these cards appear to be. Lyco's Adherent. Okay, very good solid stats for 3 mana, 3/4. In power 1, give +1 strength to each creature and deal 1 damage to them. Okay, I think there is some cards that can take advantage of receiving damage. That means that when this, so for an extra 1 mana you can do that. So this could be a 3/4/3 because it takes the damage. Average. 6 mana, 6/7. 1 extra mana, you can Tempt Fate it. Viking. I mean, this could be a 6 mana 6/7 wards. I'm gonna give it average, but 6 mana 7/6 in power 3 give +7/+7. I mean, war doesn't really make it to turn 9. And I don't see this set bringing anything that allows Ward to actually survive to turn 9 unless you're playing control, and this is not a control card, so below average? Unless I'm yet to see some really powerful relic that helps with this. 2 mana spell, single combat, target a friendly and enemy creature. Your creature performs an extra attack on enemy creature, in power 2. The friendly creature gains +2/+2 before it attacks. So for 4 mana you can potentially destroy your opponent's creature, but this feels very very specific. So basically you need to have a strong creature and be able to just nail this card. Below average, don't see it. Okay, 2 mana 1/3, Skulkin Valkyrie. When this creature takes damage, a random friendly creature gains +1 strength. For 2 mana 1/3, a random friendly creature gains. It's trash. I don't see it. 2 mana 2/2, Tempt Fate. When this creature survives damage, give it +1 health. Below average. 2 mana 4/1 Blitz. After you attack with this relic, destroy it. It's because it's a strong spell, kind of, except you take the damage from the creature. It's a very easy way to just deal 4 damage. If you had God Blitz, you could say I could go face, but I'm gonna give it trash. Okay, 3 mana 2/4, solid stats. After this creature attacks a god, your opponent discards a random creature from their hand with mana cost 3 or less. Okay. Interesting. Average. Relic. 3 mana 3/1, God Blitz. In power 4. This could be a 7 strength relic. So 7 damage to your opponent's face on turn 7 if you need to. But in a way it's worse than the current Styx Blade, 3 mana 3/2. I'm gonna give it below average just because there is better options out there, but interesting. 4 mana 3/3, Blades Tempt Fate. Average at best. Reckless Banneret. 5 mana 4/4, give +2/+1 to each other friendly creature, and power 2, give +3/+0 instead. Okay. I don't see this type of cards being played in War too much. But War has some really solid creatures that can potentially survive to turn 5 and be able to use this, but if you will give Leech, a bit like that Frontline was doing, still does now, except to its own. It's a 4 mana 2/5 that gives plus strength and Leech. I'm gonna give it below average. It's not even a Viking or anything. War wins more not by buffing the creatures, it's It's the protected creatures. It's the god power. It's the relics. So I don't see it. And again, I'm having a bad feeling about War of this set. Mortal Judgment is not coming to War. 3 mana 1/4. When this creature survives damage, give it +1/+1. Okay, so again, this is one of those cards that can take advantage of a mechanic where this suffers damage, it keeps getting buffed, but it's very weak on its own. I'm gonna give it average. I mean, it's an ether. Average at best. Unrestrained power. Nice design. Give +2 strength to your relic. Okay. Empower 3, then double the strength of your relic. So for 6 mana, you could potentially, give, let's say you have a 3 attack relic, this +4, it could be a 10 attack relic. I don't see it. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say average. 2 mana spell, mobilized, reduced by 1 the cost of empower cards in your hands. Empower 4, first, draw 3 cards. Okay, for 6 mana you could potentially draw 3 cards and then you will reduce by 1 the cost of any empower cards. So this card has direct interaction with cards you have as empowered. So basically it will compensate the cost of empowered by reducing the cost of your cards in your hands. I'm gonna give it average. It's okay. Okay, 5 mana 3/5, frontline, shield main scout. After this creature takes damage, give +1 strength to empower creature in your hands. It's so specific. Instead of just giving +1 strength to all creatures, just... Again, this is where I can see trying to do empower, trying to actually buff the empower mechanic. But this is weak. Below average. Okay, our first legendary. Commander Pirates, 3 mana 3/3 Olympian. When a friendly creature survives damage, give it +1/+1. Okay, further buffing creatures that already get buffed when they suffer damage. I'm gonna give it average. So I see War is cooking here something, but nothing that I'm like, okay, this is really gonna be very strong. So War is definitely trying its thing here, but I just don't see how strong is that gonna be. Guarantee red, 4 mana 3/4. At the end of your turn, reduce by 1 the cost of each empowered card in your hands. Okay. Quite nice. Again, as War, if you get to draw a lot of cards, which War doesn't really. War is not known for drawing. So I'm gonna give it average. Oh my god. Look at this card. What this card just says? The Gods Unchained. Wow. This card is unique. This card is absolutely unique, and I can see immediately this card being abused. This card is ridiculous. I'm sorry, this card is ridiculous. Okay? War was just being really boring right now. Looking at it overall, just I couldn't see anything that was like solid on its own. But this card here, this is a totally different game, and I'm just gonna say broken. I'm just gonna say it. It's broken. All you have to do with this card is just play for favor. Don't care about anything else. Just play for favor. Put all the Carnage Sweep, the Soul Survivors, all the cards that just gets favor. Gets to 100 favor. You just win the game. And what's the name of the card? The Gods Unchained. Okay, I was not expecting War to give me a broken card, but yeah, I'm sure, if this card is actually hard to play, I bet a lot of people still gonna try and make it work, because I just want to see it. I want to see the opponent being destroyed. How does that work? Just die straight away? Would War protect the opponent from this? Because if it does, then yeah, you have Slayer to ping that ward away from, for example, Mage that has spells that gives them wards. What a card! What do you guys think? So far, this is the only broken card I've seen. Just completely unique. This card is gonna be fun to explore, no doubt. Unbelievable. Okay, last two cards. Rider Captain. Roar. Randomly give +1/+1 to a friendly creature. Okay. Average. Last one. 4 mana 4/4. Flame Touched Paladin. Nice design. Ability card. Target a character. If it's an enemy, attack it. Otherwise, heal it for 3 health. Okay. I'm gonna say average. Interesting. So there we go. Unfortunately, I was not able to give above average to any war cards except the one that I just gave it broken, because it's unique, and we've not seen anything that helps you with favor. But we know how favor works. There's a lot of cards out there that already help favor. Not sure if there's actually from cards from other sets that didn't seem very good, but specifically neutral cards and war cards that can help you get that favor. I'm already seeing trying to put like a chariot, trying to take advantage of the chariot and the student thing. You get +2 favor every time you put the card, and other cards that gain favor. You might have something for Olympians. It could be a meme deck, but we're definitely going to see this card being played. We're definitely going to see people losing against this card. So, exciting. This was okay guys, War, I'm not seeing it. Let's do something fun. There we go. Anyway, that will do it for this video. I'll probably be a 2-part video, since we only have 2 more gods to go. So I believe nature and magic and neutral cards. So stay tuned. Make sure to follow me. You have links on the description. Make sure to check the article on PeakD if you're coming from YouTube. And well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this first look, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think my tier list of first look is stupid? Probably is. Do you like it? Nice. Subscribe. If not, let me know. Okay, catch you in the next one. Also, don't forget, I do stream every day, Tuesday to Saturday, from 9:30 in the morning, British summer time, or GMT +1 right now. So, if you want to ask me any questions, or just want to chill, see me playing games or whatever, just come around. Anyway, catch you in the next one. Bye bye.